All right, I just did a checkout in the 172 Papa, and it was successful. The guy did a great job. It was Phil, Ben's brother. Benjamin is a pilot who has been time building in one of our Cessna 172s. He flies all the way down from Virginia. Um, there are deals up there, but aircraft rental is a lot more affordable in Florida, especially a more advanced airplane. It's newer and in great condition, and I've got a good rapport with Ben. He's a super nice guy, professional man. He's an accountant in by trade. I think he works up in the Pentagon. Super nice guy. I really enjoy his company, and I'm glad that he likes the plane and he keeps coming back and renting it from us. So today he wanted his brother to get checked out. It was a non-event. His brother's a certified flight instructor, and young guy on top of his game. He's doing a good job. We flew 98981 and we took it out to the practice area, just like 10-15 miles to the southwest of the airport. Stayed at around 2,500 feet, and we did a little bit of slow flight. Um, Brought the aircraft down. First we tried at 60, then 50, and he was doing good, so we slowed it down even further to 45, just the bottom of the green arc, and did some shallow banks, 5-degree bank turns, and controlled airspeed with pitch, and power controlled the altitude. Then we came back around. We did a steep turn and did 2 takeoffs and landings in Kissimmee. And I observed him doing climbs, turns, descents, steep turns, minimum controllable speed, the way he handled the airplane, configuration changes, radio communication. Overall, did a very nice job. He's a professional young guy, so of course that's what I expected. I did give him some feedback, and it's what happens when guys start to get confident with their ability. They become confident with their ability, and they start taking things for granted. For example, they start rushing through the checklist, or not doing the checklist at all. And it's not like it takes a lot of effort. You're checking the fuel selector, the mixture unrich, carburetor heat, uh, things of that nature. So he is doing them, but my feedback for him, because he was covering everything, was that he needs to practice CRM. And CRM, means that you have to include the guy next to you. So he needs to, he needed to do the checklist out loud, even if he did them fast. And then this way I'd be in the loop and I'd know exactly what he's doing. There was another piece of, so as I was saying, some of my feedback to Phil was he's a very competent pilot. He did a great job. I have no complaints. I would like to see him build on what he's currently been doing, and build on the good habits. And the way to build on good habits is using uses of checklists and slowing down. He's going too fast, so he's rushing through things. So he's missing little details, which now that I remember, I'm going to mention it to him later. For example, he just turned off the airplane, and he didn't turn off the lights, and he didn't. I'm not sure if he turned the avionics switch off before turning the master off, but for sure he left some of the lights on. So he should have gotten all that. And had he done a checklist, he would not have missed that. Small thing that goes a long way. Also, Ben was about to fly the plane after him, and so he's not thinking about it. He's like, okay, I'll just leave the keys, I'll leave everything as is, there's the headset, you're good to go. We just flew it, so you just have to hop in and go again. Whereas an old guy like me will, regardless if I'm going to fly it again or somebody else is going to fly it again, if I'm going to step out, I don't just get up and walk away. I will do those things, but in addition to that, I'll take it an extra step and fold the seatbelt, put the shoulder harnesses up top where they belong, and fold the seatbelt. So the next guy comes in, boom, it's all nice and neat. That, ladies and gentlemen, shows a different level of professionalism. So now that you're a commercial pilot, you're a flight instructor, you're obviously at the top of your game. Now you got to take it up a notch, one more notch. And these little things make the difference. You know what I mean? They were there before me, so they were early. Big plus. Doing the checklist, even if you have it memorized, big plus. Completing the checklist will make sure that you check off all of those items. And that's going to reflect on you and on your student, because your students are going to learn your habits. But like I said, I have no complaints. The guy's a rock star. You know, he's flying the plane great. And I hope he and Ben have a good time. They're taking the plane for a couple of weeks, putting some time on it before the end of the year. So I really appreciate your business, guys. That helps me out, helps me pay some bills. And I know the airplane's in great condition, so it's not going to give you any issues, and you'll have a good time doing that. I did ask them to monitor the fuel consumption for me to help me track and build some trend on that. And Ben is the perfect guy because he's an accountant, so he's used to crunching numbers and figuring things out. So I can't wait to see his analysis on that. And then there's also, let's see what else. He's going to help me with that. And yeah, that was about it. Just a little trend. Yeah, nothing more to add to that. I'm going to add Phil to our flight circle, so he's one of our users. He can come and use the plane anytime he wants, and you know, with or without Ben. And hopefully, I can help these guys build their time to get to the next level, which I'm sure is they want to get into the airlines. So, for those of you watching, that's my basic checkout. Now, this guy's a CFI, so you know, I'm a little bit more lenient because I know what he's had to do to achieve that level. And I know what he's had to do to achieve that level. If you're a private pilot, I may have you do a couple more maneuvers, you know, do a few stalls and see some stall recovery. But, you know, if you're able to do slow flight at 45 knots and keep it within 50 feet and do the turns and everything, you know, I know that the rest is not going to be an issue either. So that's where I'm at with that. Let me pause this and check the audio. Please hit subscribe, like. I'm trying to build up a following, and the more I post like this, hopefully guys like you, if you're a private pilot or a pilot and you're looking to be checked out in a local flight club, you can ask questions on the remarks, and I'll be happy to respond. I have to get better at that because since I don't have a big viewership, I don't get a lot of questions, but I'd welcome that. I have no problem. And I'm probably the kind of guy that you want to ask those questions to. So you'll do me a big favor if you hit subscribe and follow me along. I'll be posting more stuff like this in the future. Take care.